All right, welcome back. This is Wagtail Wednesday. Today I have the third day use on this. No, actually, yeah, third day because I didn't work one day this past since I had it. So actually the third working day on using this Ruby Red. After looking at it for a while, I did notice that it is a little different color than Razor Red and Wagtail. If you've been using the red rubbers like I have for a while, you can tell a slight difference. It's not much, but if you never tried any of the three, the Wagtail Red or the Razor Red or this, what's the best? Now, I'm a big fan of Wagtail Red rubber for years, and because it lasts long, but not as long as Razor Red. And I favor longevity as well as performance. More so, I like to get more bang for my buck. So longevity is more higher than how I feel about performance. This Ruby Red rubber has to be the best out of the three. Only for the simple fact is the glide factor. With Razor Red, it's there too, but the problem with that is you have to wear that. You really have to use it on the ground in order to wear that sucker in, because that thing is tough too. But after you clean a few windows with it, Razor Red tends to be a little bit more easy to get on with. Wagtail rubber is easy to get on with from the jump start, and it has decent glide. But it lasts, it's the second longest lasting rubber that I've ever used. We don't know the longevity on this, so there will be a third review on this rubber for longevity purposes. But for now, let's talk about performance. Why would you want to get that rubber? Why? I just told you, because the glide factor is there. Despite the attractiveness of the rubber itself, with it just looking sexy with the diamond logo, and then the color is the second thing. And the other thing is, it's real easy to cut with a razor blade, and it cuts straight, even on a dull razor. I had a dull razor in my rubber cutters. They look like shears, and that thing has been there since I bought it from Walmart. It's a 3-in-1 tool. Louis, I think he bought one, but Louis remembers when I got that. That was over 3 years ago. I still have the same goddamn razor blade in there. I don't use it that often, but I use it to make sure I don't have any stray hairs on the end while I'm cutting. So I cannot for the life of me get it to cut any of the black rubbers flush. I usually have to keep chomping down on it and make sure I'm in the same groove before I make my final slice. Or I have to cut it as much as I could and then pull it apart. And sometimes that don't work. But this, it cuts down like that razor is brand new. So that's another plus. You could tell I'm detail oriented, because who's going to explain what I just explained? Next thing, if you're a soft guy, you don't want this rubber. I assure you. You're not going to want this rubber. So I'm going to just save you the trouble now. If you're a medium to hard guy, then that's for you. If you're in a cold climate, that's not for you. Now, I've known people to say that Razor Red is not good in cold climates, but that's just not true. I used that rubber all through the winter 2 winters ago with no problems. First winter I did, second winter I didn't, because I took measures to prepare the rubber to work in cold weather. Yes, there's a method that you can use. Not enough people really cares about that. because no one really watched the video, but if you're interested, then I'll tell you. Then, secondly, I want to say is that you'll have to get used on the corners because it's more of a stiffer rubber. If you're not meticulous in your corners, some of you, that's not really going to matter too much to you anyway because y'all detail the heck out of the glass. I don't understand how some of you work, but I guess it's just being thorough and on your A game. But trust me, I'm on my A game, trust me. And I don't chop up windows, so I don't detail my windows, almost never. You can believe it or don't believe it. I'm just that good. My customers will tell you. So the trick to any tool is knowing how to use it, first of all. Before we had dog earring and those Mormon points, we had technique. These tools took all the fun and technique out of cleaning windows, just like water fed. Water fed is boring. Anybody can splash and dash, But give a traditional tool with somebody and he can clean a window as high as it can go without being nose to glass, hand to glass. People who say that suck with a pole. Let's just be honest. Just say you're not as good on a pole, so for you, it's better to be nose to glass because you can get it done faster. Yes, in this case, this would be true. Just like Frank Rave says over in the Netherlands, he never seen no one without a ladder. They don't use poles over there because they probably don't know how. And even if they knew how, there's technique involved. With any tool, you have to learn how to use it, whether it be a high lift, a genie chair, a ladder. There's always safety measures involved. Just like with poles, there's safety measures involved. You don't want to go using a high extension pole and you playing tic-tac-toe in between power lines. You be a crispy fried nigga. Negro, But anyway, that's today's review on the update on the performance of this rubber. Get you some, or not. I don't care, but I know I'm sticking and moving. Lastly, what I want to say is, in between my jobs, because I don't use a bucket anymore, I use these nozzles that they have in the dish sink. And it's, it sprays, it has about 15 jets that come out, and you can blast the dirt off of that. So I didn't put any soap on there, and I didn't even wring that out. Because I got such a big coverage area, I just slapped the water on there until it evaporated. And then I was going to put my soap solution on there. So check this out, if you're still with me. Some of you jetted a long time ago. But on any other rubber, except for the Royal Blue Wagtail rubber, I've done that, and it worked in the same fashion about what I'm about to explain to you. But I think that works a little better. I put that plain water from the tap, that soaking wet mop, and I mopped 2 windows, and I pulled it down as if it was soap on the glass. I said, wow. I smiled even more. So, this is very good for those who are going to merge into a new age of window cleaning technology, the water-fed squeegee. You could squeegee pure water with this, very nice. I just straight pulled it and I didn't notice any resistance. So, again, I tell you where this kicks in. You may say, oh, so what? Big deal. Yeah, big deal, but not a big deal for those who are GG4 and GG3 users. You're going to want to get that rubber for that reason alone. And that's only if you're a medium to hard guy. If you're a soft guy, then just keep on squeegeeing that GG4 with soap on it. That solution is not meant to be hindered in any way because it changes the performance and the results, unless you have your ratios right. But why not use the product as it was meant to be, you know? And you won't have to worry about the windows not gleaming, you know? Have that rubber, there won't be any issue. And if you watch my series on GG4 and what they don't tell you, then you will learn how to get on with it. You can't have a heavy hand. You can't manhandle the squeegee. You got to have a very light touch, you know, not so much pressure. Think about it on a scientific level. You don't want to go applying too much pressure when there's no surfactant involved, all right? With a surfactant involved, you can apply as much pressure or as little as you want, but not with water. You've been so used to squeegeeing with soap for many years now, and you switch to GG4, it's a whole new learning curve. But this is Masters at Wagtail. Thanks for Wagtail joining me on Wagtail Wednesday. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, like you thought your head fit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So this right here, I got all my wagtails this way. I got a wrist bar on the bottom.
Okay.
And everything.
Oh.
This is a pure water squeegee. Have you ever heard of a water-fed pole?
Yeah. Yeah.
That new technology,
yeah.
you leave
That's
the window wet. I had a
that.
tough time trying to grasp that concept because that goes against what I was taught. To squeegee the water off the glass.
Yeah.
So this way, I'm like, well, it took, once you understand the science behind it, okay, it makes sense now. So if you're using water that has nothing in it, there's nothing to leach on to spot the window.
True.
So the result is crystal clear. They say it gives a better clean. I had to use it to find out. But so this is good for the inner city window cleaner like you and I.
Yeah.
You don't have to lug around. I put my bucket down 5 years ago.
Talking about, because your bucket be weighing you down after
Look,
a while. You be like,
this may not look like a lot of water, but I'm going to tell you, 300 and something windows, I clocked it.
Okay.
300 windows I can clean with this, small windows. They're about this big, 300 of them, before I need to fill that sucker back up.
There you go.
And the whole idea is to press that, and the water comes out.
Oh, it come out, then squeeze it all.
Yeah. But see, this is not only good for that, you got water on demand.
Yeah.
And then on a hot sunny day,
Oh, of course.
you can keep the water on and it's still squeegee it.
You know how fast that water draw out.
Now,
you put it on there, boom, you try to get the squeeze and shit dry.
Yeah. So I gave him, this is my second rubber I gave out to a stranger window cleaner. Well, he's a stranger, but now he's okay because I met him. The other guy wasn't a stranger, but he was happy. I know it's going to come back to me. It already did, as you seen in the video. I got that big roll. There's no need to be a pig in life, you know. I bless somebody else that might need it or might want to have it, you know. And everybody's going to always want to try something new, especially if it's going to help them make money, you know what I mean? But he was happy, man. He'd never seen such a gadget, and he was smiling when I was explaining it to him. But he said he'd be a tester of my prototype when I get it built. He said, yeah, I need somebody to test it, you know. But look, I'm giving away rubbers like crazy. I gotta stop. This is the last time. I'm already giving 2 out for my contest, so that'll be it. I did my good deed for the week and then some. But this is Masters at Wagtail. That was another episode of the Window Cleaners Meet series. His name is Cad, if you didn't catch it in the beginning. I thought the tape was rolling, but a lot of it got missed. All right, Macafracka, peace, peace, peace.